Hi, okay, we're going to get started. Let me just double check you can all hear me. I'll put it in the chat. Oh. Okay, just checking that you can all hear me. We have a little bit of a slow internet connection here, but that's okay. We can work with it. Thank you. Awesome. You can all hear me now. That is amazing. I hope you're all having a really good week. We've had a really busy week here. We had an open day yesterday that was crazy busy, which is really cool. And we're just working on our new online course offerings as well as our accredited courses. So as you can imagine, it's pretty crazy here. So our little topic today is about making your online courses fun and engaging. Now, I don't know about you, but I know about me, I will be so engaged with something if it's fun and entertaining. And as most of you know, I like to have fun. And I also like to make my classes fun and engaging because I feel if I'm having fun, then my students are having fun as well. Now, trying to make an online course fun and engaging is probably harder than you think because you don't have your students to gauge their reaction. And, you know, when someone's doing an online course, you don't actually know where they are. At the airport waiting for a flight, they could be in a taxi on their way somewhere, they could be sitting in bed, they could be sitting in a park, they could be actually anywhere. So, you know, you've got to think about how to make this course, well, the course that you're doing, I should say, engaging and fun because nobody likes to sit there, read 50 bazillion pages of text and then wonder what they've learned, because I know I don't learn that way, and I know a lot of people would rather learn in a fun way. So today's webinar, we're going to focus on 2 tools that I use and that I have used and that are pretty easy to use, and the best bit about it is they are free because, like yourselves, I like anything that is free, and I figure if something's free, then we should use it. So the 2 tools we're looking at today are HP5 and Powtoons. Both of them are really fun. Both of them are relatively easy to use. I would say they do take a bit of getting used to. I know it's taken me a while to get used to using them. And they're pretty easily integrated into your online courses. It really depends what platform you're using as well. I personally use Thinkific. That's the one that we use for our online school. Reason being is, as I keep saying, it's easy, it's a no-brainer, like it's just point and click, and it's, you know, really fun to use, and I can integrate a lot of things into it. So Powtoons and HP5, which are the ones that we're going to look at today, I have integrated into my online school, and they're really easy to do. One of them you just embed, you know, copy the link and pop it in. Another one you can link from YouTube, especially Powtoons, you can link it from YouTube. If you've got a YouTube channel, you can just link it straight across to your online school. And if you have a look at our YouTube channel, we have a few of the Powtoons that I was playing with. And they're pretty early on. I think I did them a few weeks ago. And they're really fun. Like, there's so much you can do with it, from little animations to really in-depth, you know, explainer videos and things like that. I find it easier to use than PowerPoint. I find I can do more with it. PowerPoint I find a bit clunky. At least with Powtoons, I can pop it onto my YouTube channel. H5P, on the other hand, I haven't put on YouTube. I don't think you can put it on YouTube. It's more of a, you know, integrated thing. You can integrate it across and embed it into your online course. Again, depending on your platform. I don't know what platforms you guys are using. I hope these work with them. As I said, I'm using this from my own personal experience and from what we've done. So let's have a look. So I'm just getting my PowerPoint presentation up on the screen for you. So as I said before, we are going to look at making learning fun, as I was saying. So the first thing we're going to look at is Powtoon. As I said, I love Powtoon. It's easy to use. It's, you know, very simple. It's just another drag and drop type of thing. You've got, you know, a menu on one side, your slides on the other, you kind of put them together and magic happens. You can add little animations of people, of places, of all sorts of fun things. You can add music, voiceovers. The only thing is I find the voiceovers, you've only got a 20-second grab that you can do, like an audio file that you can do, mainly because the slides only go for 20 seconds. It's the amount of time you can have them on the screen. So if you want to do something really in-depth with a real in-depth explanation, then maybe you might have to head over to something like PowerPoint, where you can record a longer audio file. It's really up to you, and it's really up to the content that you're creating. So with Powtoon, it is very, very engaging. It's almost like, in some instances, you're actually watching a cartoon, but you're actually learning, because it's amazing what you can do with it. I found it lots of fun, and it was fun just playing with it. It's perfect. It's perfect for all sorts of things. When I say perfect, it's great for animations, for explainer videos. It's free to use. Most parts of it are free. There are some paid sections, you know, especially some of the images and backgrounds that you can use, and some of the audio that you can use is paid. But that's okay. You've still got a lot to choose from the free part of it. And the great thing is you can add your own text into it. You can do all sorts of crazy and wonderful things. And what I love is that it's quick. It's very quick to learn. I actually learned it in, you know, a few hours. I just sat there one day and I just played with it and saw all the crazy things I could do with it. I watched a few little YouTube channels and, you know, a few YouTube, you know, videos on how to use it. It's very, very quick. And once you know how to do it, you probably won't stop. I know I'm addicted to it. I know every course that I'm creating at the moment has a Powtoon element in it. So some of the features of Powtoon. So, it can be used for personal, professional, and educational purposes. And the really cool thing is it has different categories. So when you log on to Powtoon, hello, could you hear anything when I was doing that presentation at all? For some reason, it muted me. I don't know, but I can go back and do it if you want. Just let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, let's go.
That's better. That's
at its best. Can you hear me at all? Very strange.
no, keep on going. You just, yeah, now. On H5P now, yeah?
Yeah, so did you all hear the stuff about the Powtoons that I just put on? Yeah, cool, that's okay. As I said, we've got a really, we've just had an upgrade of internet here in the past week. And of course, when I run a webinar, they decide to upgrade the internet here. And of course, when they upgrade internet here, it's not actually upgraded, it feels like it's downgraded. But that's another story altogether. So back to what we're doing. Before I go on to HP5, which is something that I absolutely love and I can't get enough of, does anybody have any questions about Powtoons at all? And about some of the things that I've done? No? Okay. So, yeah, you use it all the time, that's right. It's so much fun. I can't believe how much fun I'm having with it. So now I'm going to go across and talk about HP5, and then I'm going to actually log into the HP5 site and show you some of the things that I've done, because like Powtoons, it saves it on, you know, it's cloud-based, which is really great. So you're a paid member, that's great. I actually might do that too. I just did a free account because it's something new to me and something that I just wanted to play with and feel comfortable with. That's what I tend to do. I tend to go for free things first to make sure I'm comfortable with them, and then I'm going to get value out of it before I actually go for anything that's paid. Because at the end of the day, when you're running a business, the last thing you want to do is pay for something that perhaps you're not going to use, or perhaps you're not going to find useful. So that's why I go for the free things. All right, let's have a look at HP5. Okay, so HP5, there's a website there. Again, I'll email that to you. So it's amazing. It is probably one of the most amazing things I've used in a while. You can create all sorts of things with HP5. I'm talking about presentations, quizzes, hotspot images, just amazing things. And then the best thing about it is that you can share it and you can reuse what you've made as many times as you like, and then you can modify it. I'm always going back to modify things with HP5. I can't get enough of it, but it does take a bit of getting used to. It's not so seamless as other things you could use, but it's worth learning. So it's got amazing rich content. I mean, I can't believe the content that's in HP5 and how good it is and how easily integrated into your online course it is. The things that you can do are amazing, but it does take a bit of getting used to. So it's not as easy as some other things, like say PowerPoint, for example, but the things you can do with them, it's amazing. So it's all about interactive presentations. So, you know, presentations where people can hover their mouse over something and click on little hotspots and little, you know, thought bubbles pop up. That's really fun. It's great for online courses because it gives your students something to do than just sitting there aimlessly looking at a screen. It actually encourages them to point and click. There's like little vintage and memory games, you know, those little games you probably had as a child where you had all the tiles and you flip them over and try to match, you know, the word up with the image, or, you know, just little memory games like that. They're heaps of fun, and you can actually do that with HP5. I must admit, I haven't included a memory game in any of our courses, just because the content of the courses, you know, I can't really see how I would use a memory game in them. But, you know, that said, it's probably good for something. It's something I wouldn't mind exploring more. I think it's fun to gamify stuff and to have games in online courses, and that's something I'm playing with, especially with virtual reality at the moment. HP5, you do interesting questionnaires and quizzes, and you know, you can use really cool images. You can add your own text. It's, you know, it's mind-blowing. You can do flashcards, and they're really fun to do. Really good slides, interactive videos, and you just go on and on. It has a bit of a drag and drop feature to it, but it is a little bit harder to navigate. I found it took me a while to get used to it. I had to play with it a few times. It's because there's so much to do. It's not just a matter of sitting there and point and click. You actually really have to think it out, plan it out. Yeah, so it's a lot more of a process, I guess, when it comes to using HP5. But as I said, it does integrate well into my online course with Thinkific quite easily, actually. It's an embed sort of situation where you copy a link and embed it in. If you don't know how to embed something, that can be an issue, but it's a learning process. It did take me a while to figure out what I needed to do, but it's a learning process. And, we are teachers at the end of the day. And just like we're trying to teach our students, we are learning ourselves. So with H5P, it's forever changing. So these are some of the upcoming features that are coming, which are pretty cool. They haven't started yet, but keep your eye out for these features, which will be really great when they actually happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the stuff for HP5. Yes, you can use HP5 for assessment. You can do little exams and quizzes with it as well. It just depends really what you want to do. I think I used it for an assessment task in one of my courses. Can't really remember, but it will be online. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done with HP5. So just bear with me for 5 seconds while I just bring it up on the screen. All right, so I'm just going to share my screen with you again. And we'll bring it up. So I hope you all can see this one here. This is a little body language hotspot image that I did. It's a little bit rough. I did it at the beginning of this year, as you can see. So I got this in one of my courses. So what the course was about was dealing with difficult people. So what I did is I found a free image that showed different types of body language. So as you can see, it's a lady in the image, has different types of body language. And the module that I put this in was, how to tell if someone's anxious or upset. So what I did is made it a little bit interactive. So as you can see on the top of each of these people, the girl in my image, there's a little plus sign, if you can see. And when I highlight that, it highlights as a hotspot, as you can see. And what the student can do is click on that hotspot and it tells you a little bit about what's happening in that picture. So this is telling you about, someone who's communicating that they're confident, engaged and interested. And then the student can close that. They can go to the next one and so forth. So I found this really useful. That said, it was hard to do. It wasn't an easy process. It did take me a while just to do this little image here, to put it together. As you can see, it's got the little embed code there. Download is an HP file. I know HP links well with certain things like Moodle, I think it links in well with, and it also links in well with other things as well. So it doesn't, like for Thinkific, it actually, you have to embed it. I'm going to show you some other things that I've done. Some of them are still in draft form, so you'll have to excuse me if there's like mistakes in them and so forth, but these are just little things that I've done you know, experimenting. So this one here, if we have a look at it, is a little personality type quiz that I started to play with. So this is another example of something you can do with HP5. So the first thing I showed you was, you know, a little hotspot image. This is something else you can do, is like a quiz. So let's have a look. So you could just, you know, click on it. Your students just click on this, click on what they want. It's, you know, fun and interactive, and then it comes up with your answer, and then you can retake the quiz. So that's something, you know, something a little bit different, I guess you could use. Another thing that I've used, let's have a look here, is behaviour guidance. I don't know what this is. As I said, a lot of the stuff here is just rough. This looks like a presentation I was playing with. So this is a bit more like your PowerPoint presentation. I guess, you know, the good thing about HP5 is you can make these PowerPoints interactive, and I'll show you what I mean. So obviously here is I've popped this into the presentation. So the student can watch the presentation. So if we go back here, they're watching, they're learning, you know, what you want to do. You put little graphics and so forth, much like a PowerPoint presentation. And then you head over here and you get them to click on the answers. So it's like a little quiz within your presentation. Then they check it, it gives them points, which is really fun. Look, I got a gold star. Oh, no, but you know, at least you tried. And here is, you know, the same thing. So it's really cool that you can pop in little activities like this within your presentation. And then it gives you a little score like that, which is pretty fun. And I think there might have been one more different. No, that's pretty much all I've done. That one there is just another hotspot one, I think. Yeah, we did this one the other day. So that's, again, you know, more detailed image with hotspots. Okay, let's stop sharing. Come back here. All right. Did you have any questions about H5P or anything that I've used today at all? As I said, I've found them so much fun, but H5P, yeah, H5P is amazing, but it takes a lot of work to learn how to use it. That's probably the only downfall with it. As much as it's free and fun and you can do like amazing things with it, you do kind of have to sit there and concentrate to use it. It's not as easy as, I guess, other tools, but that's okay. You know, we all have to learn, as I said. I did struggle with it for a little bit, but now I pretty much know how to do it with my eyes closed. It did take a while. And some of the things you can create are just phenomenal. Like, you know, there's interactive videos you can create and all sorts of fun things, which, you know, are great for students. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to make your, you know, your course fun and exciting and engaging. And these are just some of the tools that we use. We use a lot of tools here when I'm creating courses, but these are just two that I thought I would show you today, mainly because I've been using them this week. So I thought it would be fun to do this. Yeah, if you've got any other questions, fire away. Otherwise, yeah, maybe that's it for today, I guess. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. I will give you the link to my YouTube channel so you can see some of the stuff that we've been doing. Other than that, thank you so much for coming today. It's been fun, and I hope you've got some little valuable tips to go away with. And good luck with all your course creating, and good luck with everything. And yeah, there will be a replay on my YouTube channel. Just give me a while to edit it. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you so much. See you soon.